Welcome back guys to another video, and in today's one we are continuing on with the casino missions career progress, and we are starting off with Loose Cheng, and once again it is in hard mode. We are doing it solo and we're trying to use pistols only. This one did take me 2 attempts, and see if you can spot the mistake I made before we get to the end of the first run through. So let's head up to Agatha's office and get started.
Miss Baker is expecting you. Just go on in.
Ah, good. Thank you for coming. I think I mentioned we have some ownership problems.
Mr. Duggan.
Exactly. The Duggan family.
Yeah, we know all this, Agatha. Let's get on with it. Now you will need a vehicle that is difficult to get shot through, so I've got my Karuma.
Okay, we think Mr. Cheng is at an old abandoned motel in Sandy Shores, and hopefully alive, too. It's still not clear if this is a kidnapping or an extended after-party. It's probably a bit of both. But we need him back here at the casino as soon as possible. The Duggans have stepped up their takeover attempt, and we need our owner here to keep things calm, no matter how wired he might be. I don't think the Duggans are behind the kidnapping itself. They're major investors in a private military company, so if they wanted Tao taken, they have plenty of big men with guns to do it. No, these are just regular old meth-dealing bikers, who are not going to like seeing you show up to spoil the fun. Please, just find Tao and bring him back here.
And we'll just go ahead and skip the rest of this drive here. So the objective here is to take out everyone that you can while you're still in the Karuma. It's fairly straightforward, although it can be quite a lengthy process, just because of these guys up top that keep ducking down. They'll pop up for half a second and take a shot and then pop back down, so you've got to be quick where you're shooting when you're taking out the guys up top. You do also want to watch out for these guys that come close to you. If you don't take them out quick enough, they can get the occasional shot through, even in the Karuma. You can see the health is actually going down just a little bit there. So try and take them out as quickly as possible before they get too close. You can also see that if you do stay in the one area, most of the enemies will actually come towards you rather than you having to go looking for them. So spend a bit of time in the one area and allowing the enemies to come to you before moving on to a different area. I think I moved into 3 different spots throughout the mission, and I also noticed that the benefit of doing that did actually lure the enemies that are in the rooms out into the open areas as well, and that obviously makes it a lot safer when you do have to get out your vehicle to go looking for Tao Cheng. But with most of the guards taken out at the front of the building on that side, we're moving round to the rear of the 2 buildings just to draw out any enemies that are around the back, and you will notice there's more spawning in just in the corner of the 2 buildings. And it is certainly worthwhile and a lot safer to spend the time and just pick off these single enemies that are up on the balcony, although this one did frustrate me a little bit, kept popping in and out, because Tao Cheng can be in any one of these buildings, so a lot safer just to pick off these guards before you have to head into the buildings themselves. But moving in now to this corner area to clear this side out. I do notice that there's a couple popping up around the front again, just at the corner. So I take those guards out and try to get an angle on the guys up top. I think I forget how to drive here. Spend a bit of time going back and forward, but eventually get there around to the front, just to get me a better angle to take these 2 guards out up top. And I do eventually get him there, and we'll head back round to the rear and the far side of the building now, just to clear out that end. and And like I said before, it is worthwhile taking the time just to pick off these guards while you're in the safety of the car before having to get out. It's certainly a lot quicker than having to redo the mission over and over and over again. But moving on again to the far side at the front of this building, just picking off the last few guards here before we head inside to look for Loose Cheng. And with that guard down, it's time to head inside. Try not to lose too much health. Let's just make sure I've got the pistol armed. And I can see from the mini-map that I've got a guard right at the top of the stairs waiting for me. And he's down easily enough. Now it's just a matter of finding Loose Cheng. Now you won't get any additional guards or enemies spawning in until you actually find them and get that phone call. This one trying to sneak up on me. Yeah, you'll get a phone call from Miss Baker once you've found Loose Cheng, and that's when more of the enemies do spawn in. But I get lucky here with finding Loose Cheng in this first building. That will save me having to go all the way around both buildings. But we should now get a phone call from Miss Baker at any time. And as you can see from the minimap, there are a few more enemies spawning in, but they are out in the open, which does make them a little bit easier to take out. But using the building as cover, pick them off as quickly as possible. I do take a few hits there, but not below 50%, and it's time to make a move back to the casino. Drive back is fairly straightforward, but did any of you catch the mistake that was made? I actually caught Gillymaster's live stream this morning while he was doing these casino missions, and he was going on about the exact same thing that was happening to him. I think he was getting a little bit tilted by it as well. But first run through has been done, and I did get the completing all casino missions on hard mode for the Loose Cheng mission, and I also got it for the 50% damage. But it was at this point I was getting a little bit confused as to why I didn't get the pistols only award. Double checking the career progress itself, you can see I've got the less than 50% damage but no pistols only. But here's why. It was the melee hit with the pistol, it's not allowed. You must take them out with a bullet from the pistol. Stupid, I know. But give me 8 seconds and we'll be back with that award. Second run through, a little bit easier without having to worry about the damage, but there we go, pistols only for Loose Cheng. But after both of those runs through, I think I'm going to just chill out here for a little bit. If you did enjoy the video or find it useful, do leave a like. And if you are new here, why not consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys.